Think back to your earliest memory. Maybe it's a birthday. Maybe it's a scraped knee. Maybe it's your mother's face in a doorway. Now ask yourself how old you were. Chances are you were at least 3. But you were alive, awake, and forming thoughts long before that. So where did those years go? The real answer is far stranger than forgetting. Your brain didn't lose those memories. It never built them in the first place. Not the way it builds memories now. For your first few years, you were living inside a version of yourself that couldn't yet save what was happening to it. Sigmund Freud was the first to name this. He called it infantile amnesia. He believed the mind was repressing something, hiding it. For decades, that idea stuck. But Freud had the wrong mechanism. The problem isn't hiding, the problem is storage. Your hippocampus, the structure that stitches moments into long-term memory, was still under construction. New neurons were being born there at a staggering rate, a process called neurogenesis. That rapid growth may actually work against memory. New neurons integrate into old circuits and can overwrite the connections holding a memory in place. Imagine pinning a photo to a corkboard while someone keeps hammering new nails into it. That's what your 2-year-old hippocampus was doing to itself. Researcher Carolyn Rovi Collier proved babies can remember. In her mobile studies, she tied a ribbon from an infant's ankle to a mobile above the crib. The baby kicked. The mobile moved. Within minutes, babies just months old learned to kick on purpose. Weeks later, shown the same mobile, they remembered instantly. So babies can learn. Babies can remember. For a while, change the mobile's color, change the room, and the memory vanished. It wasn't durable. It wasn't linked to a sense of self or a timeline. It was a reflex with an expiration date. Here's the twist. You weren't memoryless as a baby. You were memory-rich in a completely different way. Learning language faster than you ever will again. Mapping faces, sounds, routines. You just weren't yet building memory that survives into adulthood. Because that kind of memory needs a self to attach to. Psychologist Patricia Bauer studied exactly when that shift happens. Her research shows autobiographical memory, remembering an event as something that happened to you, specifically, requires a working sense of self moving through time. Before that sense exists, an event can be felt. It just can't be filed under "I was there." Bauer followed children for years, asking them to describe things researchers had documented in real time. Even memories that seemed to stick at age 3 often vanished by age 7. The memory quietly dissolved, even as the underlying skill sometimes remained, and the forgetting never really stopped. It just slowed down. You are forgetting right now in ways that will feel invisible until decades from now, when you try to recall this exact moment and come up empty. Memory was never meant to be a perfect archive. It was meant to be useful. A brain that remembers everything drowns in irrelevant detail. In infancy, almost nothing is stable enough to be worth permanently encoding. Why would a developing brain bolt down memories to a self that hasn't finished forming? This rhymes with your life today. Think about how much of yesterday you'll remember in 10 years. Almost none of it, unless it was emotionally significant or repeated enough to matter. Your brain is still running the same triage it ran when you were 2. Keep what's useful. Let the rest go quiet. Memory was never a video camera. It's a prediction engine, constantly asking one question: will I need this again? For your earliest years, the honest answer was almost always no. Not because those years didn't matter, but because a self capable of needing them hadn't been built yet. So the next time someone asks about your first memory, no, you're not failing to recall a hidden file. You're bumping against a version of yourself that existed before memory, as you know it, existed at all. A version that laughed, learned faster than you ever will again, and quietly, without any drama, let almost all of it go. You didn't lose your first years. You simply weren't yet the person who could keep them.